Okay, let's talk about something that happens to the most driven, most successful people out there, but it's something we almost never talk about. It's this invisible barrier, a ceiling that just kind of shows up out of nowhere, right when you feel like you should be launching into your next big thing. I mean, really think about it for a sec. You've done it all. You've built the business, you've made the right moves, you've got the influence. But then, when you go to take that next big leap, it just feels far away, almost like you're pushing against something you can't even see. And this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? On the outside, everyone sees the success, the money, the name that opens all the doors. But on the inside, there's this quiet ache, this nagging feeling that something's off, like the fire just isn't burning as bright as it used to. So let's actually put a name to this whole experience. We're going to call it the invisible ceiling. It's that exact moment when what's happening on the outside, all your success, just doesn't line up with how you feel on the inside anymore. So what are the symptoms? See if any of this sounds familiar. That inner fire that drove you, it's more like a pilot light now. Decisions that used to be easy suddenly feel like they weigh a ton. And that feeling of flow, when everything just clicked and worked, it's gone quiet. These are the classic signs.
To make this really hit home, let's look at a real-life story. This is the experience of Amutha Khan, the author who wrote about this, because, well, she lived through this collapse firsthand.
I mean, she was the poster child for success, building entire businesses from scratch,
Creating these massive property portfolios, making serious wealth along the way.
and maybe the most amazing part, showing this unbelievable resilience by rebuilding her entire life and reputation after losing it all. I mean, she was totally at the top of her game. And then, right at the peak of this huge comeback, it happened. One single phone call. News of a relationship ending, a deep betrayal, and just like that, everything changed. Her external world looked perfect, but her internal one was just shattered.
This quote just perfectly nails the feeling, doesn't it? The money was still there, right? The opportunities were still coming in, but the energy, the drive to actually do anything with them, it was gone. She was just running on fumes, putting on a smile in meetings while feeling completely disconnected from her own life.
And here's the crucial discovery she made. When she went looking for answers, she realized the problem wasn't what you'd think. It wasn't a bad business strategy or broken systems or even her mindset. All the typical tools for high performers, they couldn't even touch the real issue. So if it wasn't any of those things, what in the world was it? Well, that brings us to the real diagnosis. The three internal circuits. This, right here, is the true root of the problem. Think of your internal circuits like the invisible wiring that powers you. It's the connection between your mind, your body, and your energy. And after years and years of high-stakes pressure, big losses, and just relentless intensity, that wiring gets overloaded, it gets tired, and it starts to short-circuit. This table breaks it all down so well. Look at the mind circuit. It's stuck in alert mode exhaustion. That's what leads to that hesitation, those delayed decisions. Then you've got the energy circuit. It gets all scattered, which streams your presence and slows everything down. And finally, the body circuit. It's holding on to all these unreleased memories of stress, and it starts whispering, this is too much, right when you're about to take on that next big thing. Okay, so that's the problem. But what's the solution? Let's talk about the path forward. It's all about realigning what's called the BioCircuit. So the answer here is the BioCircuit Method. It's a process designed specifically to get in there and repair that overloaded wiring. Now, this isn't about just hustling more or thinking positive thoughts. It's about using targeted techniques to realign your mind, body, and energy so they're all working together again in harmony. And the difference is, well, it's night and day. On one side, you've got the overloaded circuits, that feeling of pushing a heavy boulder up a hill. And on the other, when your BioCircuit is aligned, that struggle just turns into feeling like you've got the wind at your back. It's a total shift from resistance to flow. And what does that wind at your back actually look like in real life? Well, it looks like this. Your decisions get fast and clear again. Your presence in a room just expands. Deals close because of trust, not force. The right partners just seem to show up at the perfect time. You wake up excited again. And your rise to the next level, it feels less like a hard climb and more like gravity, just naturally pulling you up. So, for our last section, let's bring this all home. The big idea here is to reframe this entire problem. It's about simple, powerful maintenance for your inner engine. And this is so important to hear. If you feel stuck, it's because you're running a powerful human system at top speed, and usually with very little maintenance. You're a high-performance machine. And this is the analogy that makes it all just click into place. We all get that a high-performance car, like a Lamborghini, needs regular, dedicated service to run at its best. But when was the last time we applied that same logic to our own inner engine, to our mind, our energy, and our body? So I'll just leave you with that question. Forget all the striving and the pushing and the forcing for just a moment. And instead, just ask yourself this. What new level could you reach? What new reality could you create if you finally gave your own inner engine the service it actually deserves?